Hey, it's Chef Austin with EverythingKitchens.com. We're going to be unboxing and testing one of our top-selling bread makers from Zojirushi. This is the Home Bakery Virtuoso. Okay, we've got everything unboxed now, so let's see what we got in the box. So the biggest thing was the actual bread maker. So nice thing about this, it didn't have too many parts in it. It came installed with the bread pan. So this is what's actually going to hold all your bread. You can see it's got the stirring rods down there, and then on the back side here, it's got these are going to fit into the bottom, which we're going to show you in just a second, and that's going to actually knead and mix all of your bread. It's got a nice non-stick coating on the inside, so your bread should slide out nice and easy. And then it's got some nice heavy-duty metal handles at the top for holding it and installing that. And then it looks like they gave us some nice measuring tools. So if you don't have measuring tools, I'd recommend getting some, but if you don't have any, they actually gave you some. We got a 1-cup measuring cup, and then we've got a tablespoon and a teaspoon. So nice of them to do that. And then we've got the kneading hooks right here. So there's 2 metal kneading hooks. It looks like this is also made with the non-stick material, so also easy cleanup there. So those will install right into the bread pan. Interesting, they gave you a DVD. So I don't see a whole lot of appliances come with a DVD. Hopefully your computer still has a DVD player. But I went through this real quick, and it's looking like it has some videos of a nice lady telling you exactly how to use your new Zojirushi bread maker. So if you have no idea how to do anything, if you've never made bread ever, I'd recommend watching this DVD because they go through every function on here, and it's very helpful if you have zero idea how to do anything. But if you have a little bit of idea of how to do something, you can read the instruction manual. So this is probably one of the best instruction manuals I've seen with almost any product. It's more like a magazine. It's got that nice magazine finish on here, and it's got tons of full color pictures in here. Everything from making just your plain white bread to croissants to pizza dough. It's got very, very detailed instructions. All of the ingredients are measured in weight and in volume. So if you want to do it in cups, like if you need a cup of flour to tell you, it'll also convert that to how many grams of flour you need so you can get a perfect exact recipe. So as a chef, I really, really appreciate that because I'm very exact, especially when it comes to baking, and Zojirushi really thought that through. So very cool manual. Don't lose this, keep this. We've got the warranty information right here. So this does come with a 1-year warranty from your date of purchase, and you can register that with Zojirushi right here. So nice bright pink card, you won't lose that. And we've also got on here, we're gonna talk about our beautiful build of this guy. So this is a nice brushed stainless steel side. So it feels heavy duty. It's got a very nice weight to it. On the bottom, you're gonna see 4 rubber feet. So that's gonna prevent this from moving around or shaking around on your counter. So, and it's just got a nice heavy duty plastic on the bottom. And then on your side here, if you don't want to dig out the manual, it has the basic white bread recipe on the side here. So if you lose your manual, throw it away, don't want to get it out, you can actually just read it right here on the side. So that's something I've never really seen on a product. It's just like the complete recipe and how to do it right there. So something I really like about that. All right, we're in our bird's eye view now. So just gonna quickly go over the main parts of this. We've got our lid right here. We've got our controls right here. And then wanna quickly show you this cord. We've got a standard 2-prong cord right here. Got plenty of length on our cable too, so no worries there. This lid is very nice. What you can't see, it has a heating element on the inside of this that's hidden by the casing. So what that's going to do, that's going to help you more evenly bake your baked goods. So breads, whatever's going in there, going to bake on the top as even on the bottom. So you can see it's got the heating element on the bottom as well. So it's got also these gears. These gears down there are going to start to turn the kneading blades. So we're going to insert our baking pan. And it slides in just like that. And then we're going to install our kneading hooks. So our nice non-stick kneading hooks just slide right on here. And there's only one way to install them. It is key hold. So install just like that. And then this closes back down. And then you have this nice window where you can see the progress of your baked goods being baked. So really handy feature there. And we're going to get into the meat of this. We've got the control panel over here. So we're going to go through all the basic functions of this and show you what it can do. And you'll notice it has a clock right here, and it actually remembers the time after you unplug it. So it's not like those cheap coffee makers where you have to set the time every single time. It actually remembers what time you set it to. So that's very handy, especially when you're baking for hours and hours. You know what time it's going to be done. So we've got a very basic display here. It's just your old school Game Boy display, just black and white, which isn't a problem. For a machine like this, you don't need much more. So the main button you're going to be using is your select course button right here, and I'm going to cycle through these, and we're just going to quickly explain what each of these functions do. So the first one we have is basic regular. So each of these are the main functions, and then we've got a regular and quick function over here. So your regular is going to be for your standard yeast, and then your quick is for your quick rising yeast. So we've got basic regular, and if you press it again, it's going to go to basic quick, and you're going to see little triangles pointing to regular or quick, whatever you're on, and then whatever function you're on. So we're on basic. Next time you press your next button, it's going to go to your wheat bread. So these are for your sturdier wheat breads using whole grain flours and stuff like that. And it's going to default to regular yeast, and then we're going to go to quick yeast, and then the next function is your gluten-free function. So this is something you think gluten-free, oh, they can't have bread. This is really cool. There's so many recipes in their cookbook that has recipes for gluten-free bread. So we're actually going to be testing that function in just a minute, so we'll come back to that one. And then we've got dough, and you might think dough, isn't all bread dough? Well, your dough is for your making and kneading your dough in here, and then taking it out of the bread maker and cooking it in your oven. So if you're making shaped breads like croissants or a pizza crust or something like that, that's what this dough function's for. So it's actually just going to knead everything and get it ready, get it proofed, and then you take it out, shape it yourself, and continue like that. All right, and then the next course that we have is the jam course. So jam is not bread, so don't be confused. This will actually make jam in the bread maker. So those little kneading paddles are going to actually turn the jam around and get everything mixed up, and it's going to heat it to the perfect temperature as well. So it's kind of a set it and forget it. You dump the jam ingredients on the inside, press the jam course, and you have jam for all of your homemade breads. So really cool feature that Zojirushi put in there. And then we've got a cake function. So if you have want to make a cake, it's going to make a loaf-shaped cake in there, and it will make like pound cakes, things like that. So other cakes that are bread shaped, this will make, and there's plenty of different cake recipes in the Zojirushi's instruction manual recipe book. And then we've got the sourdough starter function. This is the last function on there. This will actually help you start to make a sourdough bread. So it will first knead everything together, get it up to the right temperature for that yeast to do its thing, and then you'll actually take out the entire pan right there, let it set on your counter for 7 to 10 days, and it's going to do all its yeasty goodness, get that awesome sourdough flavor in there. You put it back in there, and then you set it again and bake off your sourdough bread. And then down here, you'll see the crust control. So your crust control, big yellow button, you'll see light, medium, dark. So if you want a very light bread, if you don't like the crust at all, light's going to be your option that you want. If you want a medium, that's going to be like your standard brown crust that you have on there. Or if you want a very dark, crusty outside, you're going to press that dark setting right there, and that's going to get you that really crunchy crust that you like there. Our next function we have is the homemade function. So you're going to use this in conjunction with the cycle button right here. And what this is going to do, this is going to allow you to program up to 3 different settings in here. So you can make your own bread recipe in this bread maker by using this homemade button, and you can set it to say, I want to knead this for 1 hour, and then I need to let it rise for 5 hours, and then I need to do it to cook on the, like, say, medium crust. You're going to allow it to, you're going to program it to do that for you, which is very cool. And like I said, if you have 3 different bread recipes that you love to make at home, you can use that homemade function right there. And that cycle button, that's basically what you're going to be using the cycle button for. And then we've got a basic timer button. I wonder what that does. It times your food. So if you want to set the timer, I need to set the timer for, say, an hour. I would use these up and down buttons right here, and it would set the timer. And then we've got very basic cancel start button. If I need to get back to the main menu, I press the cancel button. And if I have my course selected and everything is at the settings that I want it, I press start, and it will start baking your food. So after you press start, it's really nice because this is going to do different cycles. So say if I'm making a sweet bread, like I've made a cranberry bread before in this, I would need my dough to knead first for a little bit, and then it's going to beep and it's going to say add. So that means it's time to add in my fresh cranberries. I've opened this lid up, add in my fresh cranberries, put this back down, and then it would go to the next step and it would mix those cranberries in and then continue to bake. So Zojirushi is so nice because if you're a complete novice, if you follow their directions to a T, it's going to be a perfect loaf of bread every single time. We're going to try out the gluten-free function on our Zojirushi, and we're going to make some delicious bread. The Zojirushi did a great job making our gluten-free bread. It was a set it and forget it process. I just dumped all of my ingredients straight into the loaf pan, pressed the settings on here, hit start. I walked away and I came back to a perfectly cooked loaf of bread. And it was a huge loaf of bread too. This is a 2-pound loaf of bread, so it's going to feed me for a long time. So I really like that. I got plenty of bread out of this, and I can highly recommend the Zojirushi after trying it out. It's so easy. The instruction book is detailed, and it makes a great recipe every single time. If you enjoyed this video, give us that like, and be sure to subscribe for more unboxing videos and chef reviews. If you have any questions about the Zojirushi bread maker we went over today, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And if you want to see any other future unboxing videos, check out our website on everythingkitchens.com. Pick a product and let us know what you want to see unboxed next.